We have a major report. Guys, this is insane. I was just wrapping up another video when I'm looking at my notifications, and then I see out of the blue, out of nowhere, I see reports indicating that the Knicks and the Utah Jazz right now are having trade discussions for a potential deal involving Jordan Clarkson. That's right. The Knicks speaking with Utah, which means who are they dealing with again? Danny Ainge. And I don't understand why the Knicks are even trying to go after Jordan Clarkson right now. That man does not fit the age timeline. He's a shooting guard. The Knicks have enough shooting guards. I am not sure what's going on right now, but one thing is clear. We are going to break down everything that's going on right now with the Knicks, their trade discussions, and potentially what could happen moving forward with this team. I appreciate everybody joining this live stream right now. It was definitely impromptu. I did not expect for this to happen, but I can't control the reports and everything that's coming out. And because I had a little bit of free time, I made sure to get myself available to give you guys this content. Guys, if you enjoy what you're looking at right now, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We are on a goal to reach 25,000 subscribers, and we could really use your support. So please hit that subscribe button and help us accomplish the goal of reaching 25K. Without further ado, let's get to this wild, ridiculous, crazy report. Now, let's get started. The Knicks discussing a trade for Jordan Clarkson. Yep, you heard me right. There is no typos there, no incorrectness, nothing like that. No, I didn't mistype anything and meant to say Walker Kessler. No. Right now, according to the latest reports from Evan Cedardy from Sports Illustrated, the Knicks, among a lot of other contending teams, are in discussions right now with the Utah Jazz to trade for Jordan Clarkson. Let's break down these latest reports from what we're having right now and what we're seeing from today. Shout out to Evan Cedardy for giving us the following information. The Clippers, the Knicks, the Lakers, and the Nuggets are among contending teams who have inquired about Jordan Clarkson on the trade market. The Jazz are seeking a promising prospect and or draft capital in exchange for Clarkson. Now, there's so much to break down there. But for me, can we just talk about why we even have interest in Jordan Clarkson to begin with? Can we just break things down again? He is 32 years old. He doesn't fit the age timeline of this team. I understand what he can bring off the bench, the fact that he can shoot, he can score. He's almost an automatic bucket. But you know what? Isn't Deuce McBride an automatic bucket when he walks into the game? We all scream Deuce for a reason, right? We're screaming Deuce not because we're going insane. It's because we believe the shot's going to go in. We don't need another shooting guard. And do we really want to deal with Danny Ainge? Danny Ainge is a thief. He's a robber. He wouldn't allow us to get Walker Kessler. You guys remember, before we even attempted to go after Karl-Anthony Towns, we were in heavy discussions with what team? With Utah. For who? For Walker Kessler. The price for him has not come down. If anything, Utah has doubled down on the fact that they don't even want to trade him anymore. So why were they having all of those discussions in the first place? No idea. But all we know right now is the Knicks, among a lot of other contending teams right now, are actually in discussions to try to get Jordan Clarkson from the Utah Jazz. Now, Now, there are some people that may understand why the Knicks want to go after Jordan Clarkson. I mean, Sports Illustrated is one of them. Look at what they say here for why the Knicks should have actually added Jordan Clarkson a while ago. According to them, Clarkson should have been traded from the Utah Jazz a long time ago, back when they moved on from Donovan Mitchell, the Rudy Gobert to ignite a rebuild. Teams are hesitant to make moves with Danny Ainge, but it seems like the Knicks have constantly been in talks to try to move on and try to get a player like Jordan Clarkson or even Walker Kessler from that squad. But at least at this point in time, it doesn't seem like they're able to do that and get that move going, because clearly they were not able to get Walker Kessler at all. And that's something that the Knicks definitely, without question, wanted to do at some point in time during the offseason. The unfortunate part for New York was they could not get that deal done. Try as they might, and they definitely did try. Walker Kessler was not in the cards for them. But according to Sports Illustrated, Clarkson would add so much to New York's bench: a veteran presence, high-level scoring, and solid defending. The 32-year-old has continued to produce for Utah this season. He's averaging 15.2 points, 3.8 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. And according to these reports, the Knicks were expected to make a move for Clarkson last season, as he was open to the idea of moving to New York at the time. However, talks never materialized into an actual deal. There is still a hope it could happen this season now that the Knicks need depth more than ever. But see, here's the thing. Even though the Knicks need more depth, I think we needed more depth at some point in time. At one point, we did need a lot more players on this team off the bench because we were suffering for so many injuries. But we're starting to get healthy. Precious Achiuwa, back. Landry Shamet, back. We're going to get Mitchell Robinson, back. Do we really need to make a trade for a shooting guard? I could make the argument that if we're going to go out there, we're going to make a trade. Mind you, Jordan Clarkson makes $14 million. He makes $14 million this year, $14 million next year. He's not an unrestricted free agent until 2026. 2026, 2027. That's when he's an unrestricted free agent. Why would we do this? He's not going to put the Knicks over the top. You think his bench scoring is going to light us on fire? We don't need a prominent bench scorer right now. We need more help on defense. Honestly, being completely honest here, I would rather the Knicks go to Westchester and sign Chuma Okeke and get him on this team because honestly, we need a wing. And he fits the age timeline. He's nearly averaging a triple-double in Westchester. You want to kill me with Westchester stats? Go ahead. You can do that if you want to. Jordan Clarkson scoring 15 points off the bench. We're the best offensive team in the league. We need more scoring. Where is he going to shoot? Who do you want him to shoot over? There is no point. None. Zero to get Jordan Clarkson. Toumani Camara. Trailblazers forward. He makes nothing. You can switch him for Jericho Sims. You get a forward on this team that is now and for the future. Please don't deal with Danny Ainge. Please, please, please do not deal with this man. Do not. He's a cancer. He is a thief. He will rob you. He'll rob you of everything. Let's go back to what that report says. What did they want from Jordan Clarkson again? The Jazz are seeking a promising prospect and draft capital for exchange. He makes $14 million. We got to make the money match, and we're going to have to give up draft capital for 32-year-old, $14 million, 6'5" shooting guard Jordan Clarkson. Hang up the phone. Hang it up. We don't need him. No, Jordan Clarkson. No, thank you. Better prospects out there. All we got to do is wait. I hope this is smoke. I am hoping so bad this is smoke and Leon Rose is just doing some type of chess move here to some team he's trying to interact with saying, listen, if you're not going to do business with me, I can walk over to Utah and they'll do business with me. I'm hoping it's a play like that. Remember, with Leon Rose, we never see the move coming. You're not going to see it, just like I'm not going to see it. We're not going to know what's going to happen when it comes to Jordan Clarkson and where he's going to go, if he's going to join the Knicks. But one thing is for sure, Leon Rose won't let anybody know about it until it's already happened and we're all already shocked. That's the one saving grace that I have right now. Because despite the reports, I know who our leadership is. I know Leon Rose and this Knicks front office would not give up significant assets to deal with this snake, this thief, this monster, and not in the good way, in Danny Ainge for anything. Not worth it. Not even close to being worth it. He'll rob you in the night and make you look bad the next day and brag about it on top of it. I'm good. I am good. Knicks, we're getting healthy. We're starting to play better. Shaman is back. Mitchell Robinson's on the treadmill. He's running. He's looking good. He's going to come back. We can make other trades for better, younger, more impactful players. You can go to Westchester and pick up some good players. Moses Brown, Chuma Okeke. Can I interest you in any one of those guys? because Moses Brown last night had a double-double with 4 blocks. You want more defense? You can get more defense. You want offense? You can get more offense. But do not go to the terrible, awful place known as Utah to make that deal happen. Danny Ainge is not the one. Never the one. Could never be the one. Don't do business with this man. We're going to continue to get to these reports. Anything else that comes out or gets released, we're going to break it down. Let's go to the chat, gang, see what you guys have to say really quickly before we go back into the reports here and start breaking it down again for you guys. But I don't know about you. I am just completely, not only in shock, just upset out of my mind. We need Jordan Clarkson. Please leave a comment below. Let me know if you think we need Jordan Clarkson. Live chat, watching the playback, I don't care. Let me know if you want to deal with this thief, this monster in Danny Ainge again. Let's keep it going. Okiki is he's not trash, almighty. Not trash. But I'd rather get him free than pay $14 million in matching salary for Jordan Clarkson. I'd rather do that. Thun Got It says, these guys are not better than Clarkson. They're cheaper than Clarkson. They would have a similar impact. Let me ask you a question. How many players does Tom Thibodeau play right now? How many minutes do you think he's going to get off the bench? That he's going to be that significant impact? You think Jordan Clarkson is going to get you, 20 minutes off the bench? Who's going to substitute minutes for him? You don't want Payne playing anymore then. You don't want Deuce playing anymore then. You want Achua's minutes to be sacrificed. What do you want? Because something's going to happen there. You can't change Thibs. You're not going to change him. So you're going to have to make a sacrifice. There is no way you're telling me that right now, 32-year-old Jordan Clarkson making $14 million a year is better for this Knicks team and this Knicks bench. There is not enough liquor in the world to get me drunk enough to believe that. Speaking of which, I'm going to the Red Cup. It's a Christmas holiday atmosphere. Don't judge. Let's keep it going. Winfrey, me too. I'm taking Clarkson, not going to lie. Clarkson over Cam. I'm good on Jordan Clarkson, and I don't like his contract. I appreciate somebody agreeing. Dunny says Thibs would play Clarkson. Really? Really? What? Why? Why would he play Clarkson? Why? Because he scores? Because last time I checked, you need to defend too. How is he on defense nowadays? I'll wait as I drink out of my red cup. I'll wait. Monkey, I gotta be lit. We got people in the comments trying to sell me Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson is 32. He's 32. And they want a promising prospect in draft capital. Guys, don't make me mad. It's Monday. I'm trying to have a good day. Trying to have a good week. All right? It's Christmas in 2 days. I'm not feeling very festive. They want prospects, a young prospect, and draft capital. Explain to me what you think that means. Please. Because I don't even know what it means. See? CKK understands. We need a center, not Clarkson. Can I repeat that for everybody in the back? We need a center, not Clarkson. That is right. That's correct. We don't need a 32-year-old shooting guard making $14 million. We don't need it. Can I get a cheaper wing? Can you interest me in a big? Can we look at the G League? There's talent everywhere. You want me to give up some of my talent, some of my assets for Jordan Clarkson? Isaac Smith, Clarkson a bum. Well, I'm pretty sure he meant Clarkson. They're both bums. Bummy. Thank you very much. Big Mitch is a keeper. Travie Trav says, Kessler and Clarkson for Mitch and Dadier. Throw in some couple second rounders. My guy, he wouldn't have given us anything. We tried to give him first for Kessler, and he wouldn't take it. You think he's going to throw in Kessler now, plus Jordan Clarkson for that package? What are we doing? Marco says, it's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. I'm upset that I even had to create a graphic with this man in the graphic. I was sick. I threw up nearly twice creating the thumbnail for this thing. I didn't even want to do it. It's disgusting to me. I didn't want to cover this, but I was so disgusted that I had to. Shout out to Niall. We need a center. We need a wing. The G League has plenty for what we need. Shout out to the super chat that he just gave. $5 super chat. It helps the show. Really appreciate that. Could not agree more, Niall. He said again, we need a center. We need a wing. We don't need a shooting guard. We don't need freaking Jordan Clarkson. How come some people understand it, but some people are pushing him to me? You really think we need Jordan Clarkson? Oh my God. I don't even know what to say to. I can't believe some of y'all are arguing back with me saying you think we need Clarkson. You think we need him? I can't believe it. I can't. I'm so low. I'm shocked. I can't believe it. Cannot believe you think we need this man on our team. This man, let me remind you, he's averaging 15.2 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 4 assists this season with the Utah Jazz. That's all he's averaging. You want that? You think that's worth $14 million? That's worth a young prospect in draft picks? You're out of your mind. Flip Jericho Sims for Toumani Camara. What's wrong with Toumani Camara? 6'8", 24 years old, fits the age timeline. Get out of here. Get out of here. There's talent there. There's talent everywhere you look. And you're going to try to sell me on freaking Jordan Clarkson? Get out of here, man. Ball hog too. Yes. Yo, tell him when we pass him the ball, how many times are you going to pass it back? Those 4 assists he has. Ask how many times those assists are late in shot clock and he's forced to pass that ball back. I guarantee none of y'all going to ask that, right? Okay. Niall says, I think the reason why they're disagreeing with you is to troll you. Just ignore them. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Maybe they like the reaction that I'm giving out right now. But this is, if my son came to the camera right now, he would tell you when I read the news, I nearly broke down my door. This is just me. This is me, okay? This is who I am. I can't help it. I love the Knicks. I bleed orange and blue, and things that are going to affect my team to this level, I'm going to react. Khadijah says, Jordan Clarkson is not worth it. Not worth it at all. HRMX Great says, why would Portland trade Camara? They want draft capital, and Jericho Sims isn't expiring. He's off the books next season. It allows them to go out there, draft more players. You understand that even though they have young prospects, they have other young prospects on that team they need to allow to grow. They need to allow more time. You can't play every young player that you have. And this kid needs to go to a place where he can play, where he can thrive, on a contender, on Tom Thibodeau. Oh my goodness. Ridiculous. Not even ridiculous. JC Del Rosario says, this is true, everybody. I've known Troy for years. I'm just saying, man. I can't help it. This is who I am, especially when you see reports like this. It's trash. Yes, John already saying it. It's a trash can. And it's worse because of the assets that they want. Once again, for anybody joining the stream, anybody who's new to the stream right now who didn't join early on, once again, reports are out there indicating that right now, the Clippers, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Nuggets are among contending teams who have inquired about Jordan Clarkson on the trade market. The Utah Jazz are seeking promising prospects and or draft capital in exchange for Jordan Clarkson. And as you can see here, if anybody didn't know the reports, there were reports out there last year. I think I did a video on it last year. You might be able to see it from the video history. The Knicks were expected to make a move for Clarkson last season, but for whatever reason, they never made the move. They never actually made the attempt to go after him during that year. Now, last year, I could understand why they wanted to do it, because the only scorer we had was Jalen Brunson, and we had nobody else. And Randall being out, it was a team by committee. You can understand why they would try to do it then. But there is no reason to do it now when you have Jalen, Cat, OG, Mikal doing what he's been doing in the month of December. You got a bench of campaign who's never afraid to shoot. Deuce McBride, Deuce. We're not just saying that because he plays good defense. We're saying that because he shoots the ball well. So that's another reason why you don't need Clarkson. My goodness. And you want to deal with Ainge? Can we just separate the player here? You want to deal with that absolute piece of garbage in Danny Ainge again? Anything that he's remotely related to is going to falter and fall. Anything he touches goes to ash. Anything. He's a cancer. Do not do business with him. Leave him alone. Let him destroy the Utah Jazz, get fired, and then somebody else do something with that organization. We don't need to help him. We don't need to do anything. Isaac Smith says, we have Kolek and Shamit. Son from Brooklyn says, doo-doo. Doo-doo is right. Travie Trav says, Ainge wants Tyler Kolek, I bet. Yeah, Tyler. Am I back here? YouTube seems to have shut my stream because apparently there's a lot of people on it. So I got a throttling message and some weird stuff happened there. Am I back? Am I good? Can I get some thumbs up in the chat there? Am I all right now? Am I back? It seems like I'm back, but I'm not exactly sure. Yeah? All right. There we go. Thank you guys so much. Again, they try to shut me down. They try to shut me down because I was telling you guys the truth about Jordan Clarkson and everything he was doing to this team. Everything he could have destroyed this team if he was traded here, giving up assets for him. So I think because I was trying to give you guys that message, they tried to freeze my stream. But you know what? You can't shut down the greatness. You can't shut down the stream. I'm going to continue to say it as long as I can. The Clippers, the Knicks, and the Lakers, again, are among the teams, contending teams, that have inquired about getting Jordan Clarkson on this team. But we got to remember, one of the main reasons we wanted him, one of the main reasons that, again, he was being talked about getting here is because apparently the Knicks have inquired about him and are talking to Utah about getting him on this team right now. Now, I have no idea why the Utah Jazz are even thinking about doing this at this point in time and why they even want to do business with the Knicks. They didn't want to do business with us in the offseason, so why do it right now at this point in time? For everybody who has remained on the stream and continues to stay with us, I appreciate that. I'm not sure why, but every time we get a whole bunch of people coming in, we almost had 1,000 people on the stream. By the way, that is nuts, and I thank you all for that. But when that happens, YouTube doesn't like it sometimes and it over throttles, but you're not going to stop it. Even better, after I do this and I finish this stream up, I'm going to clip this and drop a video of it. We're never going to stop. We're never going to stop. We're going to report what we need to report, make sure you guys are informed, and we keep this stream going. For everybody coming back, everybody returning here and wants to keep it lit and live with me, just so you guys understand, we right now have reports coming in that the Knicks potentially are in trade talks right now, discussing a deal for Jordan Clarkson. The main point here is that the Knicks would have to give up significant assets in order to get him on this team. Those assets are a promising prospect and draft capital in exchange for Clarkson. Now, I think the fan base is split on this, so please let me know in the comments. Let me know, do you guys want Jordan Clarkson as a part of this team? Because some people were arguing with me. You guys were telling me you want Clarkson as part of this roster, but some of you guys agree with me and you think he's a cancer, wouldn't help. We don't need a shooting guard. So where are you guys on this right now? Let's see here. Walter says, why do people want to trade Kolek? Are you kidding me? We probably going to lose Deuce too, as much as that sucks, but Kolek will fit in perfectly. Angel Torres says, makes no sense this trade. Lupa says, I don't want it. Knicks fan says, we need to get Danny Ainge some help, seriously. Walter says, nobody believes they are getting that bum. Only we should be having a trade for Jordan Clarkson if he's heads up for campaign. I don't think that's going to be the case at all because they don't make enough. You have to make the salaries match. Campaign's on a vet minimum, and Jordan Clarkson's on $14 million. It's not going to work. You have to give up significant assets to get this guy on your team, and it's not going to make sense to do that. It doesn't make sense now. Nelly Nell says, we won Clarkson 2 years ago. Now we don't need him anymore. Preach. Preach, Nelly. Preach. There were a time and a place where he made sense, where the name made sense for us. It doesn't anymore. And that's okay. He doesn't need to make sense for us now. We're a better team now where we don't have to rely on him. We have better shooters off the bench, better shooters on the starting lineup. Our players are starting to step up. Mikal Bridges, I mean, him alone, the last couple of games, it was Karl Anthony Towns and Mikal, and it was Jalen and Mikal. What was the constant? Mikal. We're already seeing great play. We're getting healthier. We just need to wait and be healthy or go to Westchester. We don't need to make a trade for anybody. Jordan Clarkson at 32 years old is not Jordan Clarkson at 28 years old, not 29 years old, not even 30 years old. We got to remember, players age in this league, and the one player that's undefeated is Father Time. Please believe that. Birdie BB Buggin says, do you think we're reaching out to them? It's more believable if they're shopping Clarkson and they contacted the Knicks. I'm not really making much of this. Here's the problem. It says here that the Knicks are among teams that have inquired. When you are inquiring, when you're the person doing that, then that means you're reaching out. You're having conversations. You're having discussions potentially about availability. Now, looking at availability doesn't mean trade. We have to understand that. Maybe you look at somebody's availability to push another team, or you look at somebody's availability to understand where the market is for good bench pieces. So you know, okay, well, this is what I'm going to have to give up if I want a player of that caliber. There are different reasons why Leon Rose, this Knicks front office, why they could go this route, but it doesn't mean that's the exact scenario. What's scarier here is that it is Jordan Clarkson, because Clarkson already said publicly he loves New York, would love to be part of the Knicks. We already covered a report from Sports Illustrated. They highlighted last year the Knicks were going to make a trade for him, but for some reason, they didn't. So the interest is there from both sides. The Knicks had interest at some point. He clearly has interest. And with the Knicks being a contending team, him being 32 years old, of course he wants to join a contender. He doesn't want to be part of a rebuild. He'd rather get a championship. And the Knicks are closer to that championship than the Utah Jazz are now and probably are ever going to be in the next couple of years. So, of course, the interest is going to be there. But it doesn't mean the Knicks have to pull the trigger on every single trade that makes maybe somewhat sense a couple of years ago. He does not make sense for this roster anymore. We don't need a shooting guard. Wing or center, please. That's it. Quentin Brown says he's garbage. Got to agree with that. Isaac says Jordan would do better on the Lakers, in my opinion. Maybe. They do need a lot more help than the Knicks do. Obviously, their offense is not where it needs to be. I mean, when D'Angelo Russell has a better plus-minus than LeBron James on the team, there's bigger problems over there in LA land. I'm just saying, but whatever. He could go there too. As long as he's not with the Knicks, I don't really care, honestly. Steven says Kessler and Clarkson for campaign, Mitchell Robinson, Pacome Dadier, and 2 second-round picks. They're not going to trade Kessler. They're not going to do that. If they were going to do that, I'd do that move. And it wouldn't be for Clarkson. It would be for Kessler. But they're not going to do it. They weren't going to do it. We tried to get Kessler. I don't even know how long ago. How long ago was it? Offseason? Before we went off to Karl Anthony Towns, we were in discussions to try to get Kessler from the Utah Jazz. Danny Ainge is a thief, and we couldn't do it. That's the only reason why. Tony Stark says, why Jordan now, and what can he do for us? I can answer that. Nothing. Nothing that Deuce can't do for us. I don't know why we would even go after him. Again, I'm hoping this is smoke because it does not make sense. Not on any level. We don't need him. Nelly Nell says 2 years now. Right, 2 years ago. I don't want Clarkson, bro. Neither do I. Especially when you can understand what we're being asked for him. The Jazz are looking for a promising prospect with draft capital. Have you lost your mind? Man, shout out to the Red Cup gang. If you're part of the Red Cup gang, shout out to you. If you want to see a Red Cup shirt at some point in time, at some point, whenever, let me know. Maybe I'll have a caption on it. What's in the cup? I don't know. Shout out to the merch gang. I know you guys are asking for it. I'm trying, man. It's a lot of content to cover. I dropped like 3 videos. There's so many other videos to cover. I have a Shamit video coming out for you guys. I had a Kolek video this morning. Freaking Utah right now. I mean, who knows what's going to be next? I could go live. I could end this right now and then possibly go live in another 5 minutes because another crazy thing comes out. You never know, but that's the best part about it. Being connected with this fan base, connected with the news and what's going on. I love it. But I don't love all the reports, and I definitely don't like covering everything. And this one report here makes me very, very angry. I don't want to see Jordan Clarkson don any orange and blue. I don't want to see him be part of the Knicks. We have so many better prospects. We can go after so many other people. Clarkson just doesn't make sense. Yeah, Nelly, for real. Shout out to the chat gang. Salute to the Red Cup gang. Hey, salute to all you guys. Appreciate it. Monkey says, get me a center, then we can talk. I agree with that. LB says, if there's any guard coming back to this team, it better be DiVincenzo. Other than that, I'm good. Can we talk about this DiVincenzo thing, by the way? I know a lot of people were questioning me on that DiVincenzo thing. I just got to make something clear. I don't know whoever told you guys, put it in your heads. There is no loophole that exists today to get Donte DiVincenzo on this team. You can't get him back this year. You can't. You cannot. I don't care if he's traded 50 times to a million teams. You can't. There's NBA rules in place right now that make it so he cannot be traded at all, especially given the contract that he signed with the Knicks before being traded. Number one. Number two, does that mean that he doesn't come back to the Knicks? No, it just means he won't come back this year. Does he mean he comes back next year? Maybe. He can come back next year, season after that, years from now. He's not coming back again now. It's impossible. We can't get him. No loophole exists. You're being lied to, okay? There's no loophole. I said it in the video. I even dropped from it. That's why I said could return, because there's no guarantee. The only reason we're saying could is because Steph Bondy made a point to point it out that he could return to this Knicks organization, given how he feels about the team, his former teammates, and the organization as a whole. That's the only reason why. He cannot come back to this team this year, okay? Doesn't mean I want Jordan Clarkson, though. Doesn't mean I want him instead. It just means don't wait for somebody that is not going to be able to come. Go after people you can actually get. Get me a wing. Get me a center. Get me somebody I can actually use. Do something like that. Salute, Darlene. I appreciate you. Up to no good, says Jordan Clarkson. Looks like the chick from Avatar. Shout out to you. Love that. Shout out to the Red Cup gang. Tico says, nobody else is on the market and they're not trading Kessler. I don't care. Then don't trade then. If there's nobody else on the market, then don't make a trade. You don't have to make a trade to just make a trade. Clarkson doesn't do anything for this team. Part of this team or not, we're no closer to a championship with him on the team. Zero. Nothing. He adds no impact. No impact from what we already have. Nothing. And I don't even think he has the Tom Thibodeau trust. I don't want to trade for him and see another Cam situation happening again. I'm good. Kev says, what up, Troy? Hey, my guy from Nicketish. Shout out to you, my guy. Appreciate you. Yuri my guy Yuri, moderator. Appreciate you. Sorry, I'm here. No reason to be sorry. You're a moderator, but you don't have to show up to each and every one right on time. Whenever you're here, I really do appreciate it. Lupa says, we can maybe get Donte DiVincenzo the postseason in 2025 or next year. Can't get him in postseason. Has to be next year. If you are hearing from anybody that Donte can come back to this team right now, they are lying to you. It's not possible. He can't come back. That's why those rules are in place, so teams can't fleece other teams like this. You don't think another team before in the past tried to do this? You know what? Under the table, we're going to trade you, pay you some money, and then we're going to get you back. You don't think that ever happened before? Of course it has. But you can't do it anymore. It's not allowed. Donte will not be a Knick this season, but it does not mean he won't be a Knick next season or the season after that. Could be a Knick is different than will be a Knick. Please, let's keep that in mind. Teak says, what we have here is more than good enough to compete for a championship. Trading for Clarkson, who plays no defense, is not one of them. I feel like I'm reading my own comment here, because that's exactly what I would say if I was part of this stream right now. By the way, everybody part of the stream, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button. I don't know why, but it helps get the video in the algorithm. More people get to watch it. Again, I don't know why, but it really does help. Appreciate that. And again, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you got to do that as well, too. Trying to get to 25K. Your support means a lot. So thank you so much for that. Recently hit 21K. So we're on our way, trying to get to 25K slowly but surely. And also, For all my members in attendance today, thank you guys. And also remember, we have a giveaway coming up in 4 days. We are giving away a Knicks fitted. We are giving away a Knicks jacket. Shout out to Tony Riviera, one of the channel members who's going to be donating that. You guys, only way to enter is by being a member. And the only way to do that is if you're a subscriber already. You'll see the join button appear. You hit that join button, and then that's all you need to do. You pick a tier, you join, you donate some money to the show, and more importantly than that, you get a chance to be entered into every giveaway we do every month. And the next giveaway we're doing next month is, for Knicks tickets at MSG when the Knicks play their most home games in January. So if you're ready for that, make sure you're a member because those tickets will be given away. We're giving away 2 of them, one for you and one for whoever else you want to take. So definitely make sure you are ready on that night. It's going to be in January. Announcements coming soon. I'm going back to the chat. Nelly Nell says, smash the like and share button and subscribe as well too. Appreciate that. Outlaw says, we need a backup center. Yuri says, body language said everything, and Ant-Man looks like he's sick of his crap with Randall and everybody else. Justin says, Moses Brown needs a chance. I appreciate you. Slimy says, maybe Sims and a prospect or draft pick. That doesn't work. He makes $14 million. $14 million this year and next year. He's not unrestricted until 2026, 2027. No thanks. No. I'm not giving up what would adequate to $14 million in players for Jordan Clarkson. It's got to be smoke. Because if it ain't smoke, I'm going to be mad. Just going to say it. I'm going to be a little mad. Jonas Valanciunas. I hope if he's on the market, it looks like he might be leaning toward LA. So I haven't talked about him as recent because of that fact. I don't know what LA is going to do. LA is the biggest thing here. If LA doesn't trade for him, the Knicks would have the next biggest option, I think, to trade for him. Because I think what LA is also giving him is the access to the playing time he probably wouldn't have part of the Knicks team. So that's probably the only difference there. But it is something to watch moving forward with Jonas. Miami Chaz says, Clarkson is just another Jordan Poole. Stay away. Stay far away. I'm glad people understand. I'm glad you see it, bro. I'm glad somebody sees it. He's not right for this team. And they want draft compensation and a young prospect. I don't know what is going on. Just Call Me Nitro says, you think Sims and enough draft picks is good enough? It's not, because Sims does not make enough money to match that. You need enough money to match that. The only way that makes sense is if you're including Mitchell Robinson and maybe Jericho Sims. Maybe those 2 players and a couple of second-round picks. Maybe if you're doing that, I think the money kind of makes sense there. I think it makes sense there. Because I think Robinson's this year around 12, if I'm not mistaken, around that. So close to what Clarkson's going to be making. So I think that does it, but it's not good enough. You're not going to trade away those players who are legit your only backups at this point for somebody that you don't need, who's a shooting guard at 32 years old. There's no point. Tico says, Mitch and Sims for Drummond, they're not going to trade Drummond to us. The Sixers do a business with us? No, I don't think so. I mean, I know that the Knicks did business with the Nets, so maybe I can't say never, but I just can't. After the battles that we've been through, I don't see why they would. If we could, maybe. I don't mind. But the thing with Drummond as well, too, he's very slow, injury prone. There's a give and take there as well, too. I mean, I'd rather go after somebody else, honestly. But if it's the right price, maybe Leon Rose does it. Nelly says, Thibs likes Clarkson. That's the only reason why he's being linked to the Knicks. However, I think Thibs prefers Shamet now. And I think I got to agree with you there. I think you're right. I think Shamet right now is probably the preferred player for New York. He gives you a little bit of that veteran experience, gives you the shooting, not the same size. I think he's 6'4", but I mean, still close. 6'4", 6'5", same thing, gives you shooting. So I hope that this is smoke for the Knicks and another move they want to make. I'm thinking that a move is coming at the deadline for the Knicks. Not a very glamorous move. I don't think it's going to be for significant assets. But I see Jericho Sims being moved, maybe a couple of those second-round picks in exchange to try to get another young prospect on a very low contract on this team. And the only player, like I said, I did a video about it already, that makes sense is Toumani Camara. He makes the most sense in terms of money, in terms of what the Trailblazers would want. They want draft picks. They want expirings. That's exactly what Jericho Sims is. And maybe they could re-sign Jericho Sims if they like him and see something in him. So there's a lot of reasons to go that direction. It's only if the Knicks and Leon Rose will want to go that direction, if they want to get another young prospect on this team, and how Tom Thibodeau will feel about that prospect. Because we know Thibs normally likes more vets on his team. He has a lot of trust for those vets. We've known that for years. Maybe Leon knows this too, and maybe that's the other reason why Clarkson's being brought up. I'm not sure here, but the reports clearly indicate the Knicks have contacted Utah. They're speaking to Utah, and as of right now, they have inquired to try to trade for Jordan Clarkson. What the trade package is, what they're trying to give up, what that's going to look like, we don't have those details as of yet. But once we get those details, once everything comes out, I promise you, we'll get you those informations. We'll get you that information. We'll break down those reports for you, and we'll let you know everything else about it. But guys, this was impromptu. Did not mean to go for this long. We had some problems during the stream, but you guys stuck with it. You guys stuck through it, and I really do appreciate that. Thank you guys for joining this stream. We will be back tonight. I know it's crazy, one stream to the next, but we will be back tonight doing our first post-game back again when the Knicks take on the Raptors, and hopefully we blow out the Raptors so we can talk about that game, talk about everything like that as well too. But guys, thank you so much for joining this stream. Let me know whether you're watching this live, you're watching this via the playback or whatever. Leave a comment. Let me know. How do you guys feel about the fact that right now the Knicks, the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Nuggets are among contending teams who have inquired about Jordan Clarkson on the trade market? And remember, the Jazz are seeking a promising prospect and or draft capital in exchange for Clarkson. He makes $14 million. He makes $14 million, guys. Jordan Clarkson. He makes $14 million. He's 32 years old. He's 6'5". The Knicks do not need another shooting guard. What they need is either a wing or a center. And if that's not on the table, then don't make a trade. Look at the buyout market. Look at Westchester. Keep who you already have, but don't make a move just to make a move. Clarkson made sense a few years ago when we had no scoring. Now we're one of the best offenses in the NBA. Scoring is not what we need. What we need is defense, and defense is absolutely what we're going to get if we make the right moves, the right trades. And I trust in Leon Rose and this Knicks front office to get it all done. The only question is, when are they going to get it done? When is that move going to happen? For me, hard to predict that with Leon Rose, but I'm going to time it right around when Mitchell Robinson comes back, around late January, early February. Trade deadline, by the way, is February 6th. So even if Robinson comes back and they don't like what they see, maybe even at that point, they can make another deal. That is going to be worth waiting for and worth the wait to see. Leon Rose, always going to make moves we never expect. But what about you guys? What do you think about these reports indicating that the Knicks could go after Jordan Clarkson? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button. Leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.